also feel really weird getting ready to leave the house this late. This is so unlike me. Nothing feels all the way right at the beginning because nothing is completely familiar at the beginning. I'm in a little bit of a season of stretch, work-wise or just in general right now. Hello, good morning, and happy Wednesday, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tori if you are new here. I am up and after it at my usual 5:30 a.m. start. The days kind of have been feeling a little bit repetitive lately, and I know that's just a part of life, especially when you work the same job, have pretty consistent routines. And now that I'm working from home especially, I feel like I just am not really switching up my environment enough, and I'm feeling a little bit in a rut. So today we're going to change that, aren't we? A past version of me used to do pretty dramatic things when I was feeling this way. I would book a flight, make a big purchase, pack up my van, head to a new city, etc. And in this season of life, we're working on introducing more appropriate novelty to my everyday routines and my weeks. Just to break things up, I try and have one new thing a week that I'm looking forward to, just to help keep that excitement and freshness a part of my life. Usually at this time in the morning, I would be reading as fast as I can, trying to squeeze in as many pages as I can before I rush off to the gym. I feel like a lot of my mornings, even though I do get up at 5:30, I still feel like I don't have enough time to get everything that I want to get done. Some reading, a workout, make my smoothie, take a shower, get ready. But realistically, it just doesn't make a lot of sense for me to push that any earlier. So this morning, I'm treating myself to something that feels very special on a Wednesday morning. We are just going to spend the entire morning reading. I'm going to save my workout for later in the day when I start feeling antsy throughout the workday or whatever. Paxton, what are you doing? I'm finally on to the last book of the series, and I am so freaking excited. I'm not that far in yet, maybe like 100 pages or so. The last book was so short in comparison to all the other ones that it absolutely flew by. I feel like I finished it in just a couple days. Crazy how many books you can get done when you're not reading 800-page books, but I'm really excited for this one. No spoilers or anything, but this is diving into some different characters in the story, and I'm really excited to see the relationship between these two develop. I've been being really good with my reading habit that I've been trying to hit. I've been reading almost every day, and that really does help me progress through books like this a little bit faster. There was a point there in the third book that I got about halfway through and just put it down and never picked it back up because I was just not feeling it, you know? So I feel like just challenging myself to just do at least a chapter a day is totally doable, even if it's just a chapter. I've at least read something, but usually if I can sit down and read a chapter, I'm invested and want to read a little bit more. It's also been a really good hobby to help break the scroll in the morning. I tended to be a person who would reach for my phone first thing in the morning and would just spend an hour, hour and a half scrolling, being annoyed about being awake. I've been putting my phone on Do Not Disturb at night, and I don't allow myself to turn it off Do Not Disturb until 7 a.m. And I try not to open any social media or anything in the morning and just check in with myself and my book first. And it's been setting me up to be in a really good mood to start my day. So but I thought I would just check in and say hello before I started reading for the morning. I also have a really fun activity planned for us later tonight that I'm actually like nervous excited about. It's something I've never done before. We've got a very novel winter day in store for us and I'm really excited. I found this little cabinet on sale on Amazon last weekend and Josh put it together for me, and it's been like the perfect storage for my makeup and just overall all of my like little bathroom stuff since our vanity is super tiny. We were able to put the towels under here now, and then this little shelf above the toilet we've got baskets with my makeup remover wipes and hair ties, scrunchies, etc., products, and then my curling iron and my blow dryer. This little drawer is like the perfect size for my everyday makeup routine, and I like that I can just use the bags for travel because they won't get so yucky, and I actually really like that I can just pull this drawer out and set it on the counter. I do want to get a little jar, I think, for right here for my bigger brushes. I have like this little one, but this one's too big to fit in the drawer, so I've just been keeping it in this little bag. But I want to find a jar, but I'm going to look at the thrift store and see if I can't find something cute. The sunshine this morning is giving me life. This is definitely novel in the winter. It's been so gloomy the last few days that I just couldn't help but come and soak up this sun puddle for a minute. So I got on my yoga mat, did a little bit of journaling. If you haven't seen this before, it's a book by Brianna Weist, and it's a one-page read every day for 365 days. And I just find that they're a really nice, inspirational type of read with a good message or something to think about every morning and something to set my mindset up for like a positive start to my day. Nothing feels all the way right at the beginning because nothing is completely familiar at the beginning. I'm in a little bit of a season of stretch work-wise or just in general right now, and it can feel a bit uncomfy, so that was kind of just a nice reminder that it's supposed to feel uncomfortable as you're growing and trying new things. But I do think there's definitely benefit to getting some of the stuff that's weighing on you kind of out of your brain. So I just did a little brain dump this morning with some of my thoughts on how this made me feel and just how I'm feeling in general today. Since I already have my mat out, I'm just going to do a little bit of stretching, finish my coffee, and then get settled at my laptop for the morning. I really don't like working in the same place every day, so I try and set up my workspace in different spots around the house just to switch it up. So today I'm thinking the dining room table is going to be the move this morning, and then maybe some walking pad action this afternoon. I worked through my lunch break again. Nothing new there, unfortunately. I feel like the walking pad low-key turns me into a bit of a machine, and I just get so hyper-focused and have a not so great tendency to forget to take breaks. So I'm going to wrap up my workday a little bit early and sneak to the gym before it gets too busy. I want to knock out like a really solid leg day before dinner. Usually I would probably go after dinner when Josh goes and does his evening work. It's Wednesday. If you guys are new here, Josh works in the evenings Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I usually use that time for like me time or my freelance work, one or the other. But I have a really exciting appointment tonight at 7:30 p.m., which is on the later side for me, especially this time of year. I'm like a 8:30, 9 p.m. bedtime girly, and in the winter I don't really love leaving the house once it's like super dark out. So I'm challenging myself to get out of that habit, and I made an appointment for something in the evening. That way I can't talk myself out of it like I usually would. I'm still a little sore from my last leg day, so this might be a little bit brutal, but we're gonna see what we can get done. I'm gonna put my walking pad and my desk and things away before I leave. That way the house is kind of reset for evening mode when I get home, and that can kind of be my signal to check out of work for the day. I'll save you guys the grocery haul this time because it's not very different from the last couple grocery hauls that I've gotten. I've gotten a really good kind of weekly meal flow going on. I am a hyperfixation meal girly through and through, so nothing new or exciting on the menu this week. I'm gonna make some sweet potato nachos again because that has just been slapping every time recently. So I'm just gonna keep making that until I am tired of it, as is my usual pattern. But I did make a really tragic discovery this week. I was making quite the habit out of a 5 p.m. Poppy or Olipop since I've cut out alcohol, and I was really enjoying it. It's just so nice to like have a sweet treat to end the day. But the past couple weeks I've started to have some really bad stomach pain, very similar to the kind of pain that I get when I eat garlic and onion. Excuse Haley outside, she's got a lot to say. I just get a lot of really intense bloating and stomach pain basically, and I was having a really hard time figuring out what it was because we've been eating really clean. I've basically been eating Greek yogurt, sweet potatoes, ground turkey, and my daily smoothie. So really the only thing that I could think of that could cause something like that would be dairy, which would be absolutely tragic. Your girl loves cheese. So I was talking to Josh about it and kind of thinking about any new foods or products that I've introduced in the last couple weeks, and it turns out about 2 weeks ago I started having an Olipop or a Poppy every day, and I did a little bit of digging online, and it has a fiber in it called inulin that's really hard to digest, and it was just not agreeing with me. So the last 2 days now I have not had my 5 p.m. little drink, and I'm feeling so much better, but I'm gonna have to figure out another little 5 p.m. drink situation because I was really enjoying that, and I don't want to do like traditional soda because it has so much sugar. I like LaCroix, but the Olipop and the Poppy was just, you know, next level. So if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. But I did find these really delicious Greek yogurt little sweet treats. I am definitely a sweet treat girly, and I feel like I deserve to have one every night. I've been trying to be a little bit more mindful of my sugar intake, and I've been really cleaning up what I'm putting into my body, and it's making such a big difference. I'm feeling so good energy-wise. So I was trying to find something that would like kind of satisfy my sweet tooth but not go against the goals that I'm trying to hit. And I saw these out and I was intrigued. They're Greek yogurt bars, and I love Greek yogurt. I've actually been swapping sour cream on my nachos for Greek yogurt because it has more protein. So these only have 100 calories and 4 grams of protein, and they are so criminally delicious. I was shocked, so I'm really excited to have some more of these. I ended up buying 2 boxes in case Josh wants one too. because if I'm not planning for that and I run out, we're gonna have a problem. But today we'll be settling for a LaCroix. Just finished up with dinner. It was so good as always, but I was just getting ready to head out. Like I mentioned earlier, I have a 7:30 appointment for something really fun and something I've never tried before. I'm going to a Nordic style hot cold therapy spa. I have a 7:30 appointment, so I'll be doing a sauna and a cold plunge back to back 3 to 5 times through. I'm really nervous. I've never done a cold plunge before, like a true cold plunge. I've dipped my body in cold water, but never for extended periods of time and never all the way in. So I know I've talked about this a little bit, but I've been kind of like entering my wellness era. I'm just really trying to take care of my body. I was having a lot of like chronic fatigue problems, so I figured getting to the root of that, if I just like cleaned up my routine, my eating, my habits in general, I would feel better, and that has been the case so far. So now that I'm feeling really comfortable in my routines, I thought it would be fun to try some new things. I was looking into trying out Pilates, but we only have one studio here in town, and the classes were like pretty booked out, and I'm kind of a last minute type of person, so it seems like a lot of money to spend for me to not be able to go like whenever I want. So I've tabled that idea for a while. We are planning to refinish the inside of our garage and make that like a home gym this summer, so I might try out like a class or two, just drop in, and then maybe invest in a home reformer for the garage. But this place had much more availability. It was around the same price point as a drop-in Pilates class. I also feel really weird getting ready to leave the house this late. This is so unlike me, but I'm just gonna grab my bag. It's 10 minutes away, but I'm always nervous about being late, so I'm probably gonna be really early. It also did say to arrive 15 to 30 minutes early, so I'm not really sure what all this entails, but I'm gonna get going. Why I didn't think that I would need an everything shower after that. My hair looked pretty good when I got there, and that was not the case when I left. That was such a good experience. The spa itself was really beautiful, and I had the session all to myself. The way this particular one works, you can have up to 6 people per session, but I had it all to myself, so it was really relaxing, and I feel so freaking good, you guys. It's insane. I like 10 out of 10 will be doing that again. I've done sauna before, but like I said, never cold plunge. I don't really love being cold and have always thought it would be something that I hated. The worst part was honestly those first couple steps and just like convincing myself and my body that I had to get the rest of the way in. And then once I was in, I felt like I went numb pretty quickly. I did 3 rounds of both. 15 minutes in the sauna, and then as long as I could handle in the cold plunge. I did 30 seconds the first time, 50 seconds the second time, and a full minute the third time. So I want to keep trying to push that and get up to 2 minutes, which I've heard is like optimal. There was a lot more sensation involved with it too than I was expecting. Like my head was like throbbing a little bit, and my skin felt like really tight and kind of hard. But overall, I found the whole experience really relaxing and it was a really good use of an hour. I think that would be something really great to build in on a rest day. Since I do have 2 rest days a week, I always feel kind of awkward with that like gap in my routine when I'm used to being at the gym. Like I should be doing something. And they have a twice a week package on a monthly basis. So I was thinking I might sign up for that because that was really, really nice. I also just don't often sit in silence like that. I didn't bring my phone in the sauna or anything like that other than to grab a couple clips. No podcasts, no music, just me, my thoughts, and the silence. It was uncomfortable, but like in a good way. And I feel like getting into the habit of doing that more often, I'll work through that discomfort and start to enjoy it again. So but I'm home and it's almost 9 o'clock now after my shower. I've just got on some cozy jammies and I'm gonna do a quick little closing shift. I feel like today felt so much longer than a lot of my days have recently, probably because I made more use out of my evening hours, which I think I really want to start doing more often. I personally have a tendency to like kind of call it quits after the workday is over, and that's just like wasting so much of my personal time that I could be filling with stuff that I love. So I want to try and push myself to not just like feel like it's bedtime at 6 o'clock once it gets dark, but I'm gonna get all tucked in for the night. Thank you guys so much for spending the day with me. This was really, really fun and it felt like very exciting for a Wednesday, which we love, and I think that's the key to finding joy and excitement in these kind of lull or mundane months or periods of life. It would mean the world to me if you could give this video a like, and if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button. I've been posting twice a week and I'm trying to keep up with that, so stick around. We love having you here and I'll see you next time.